tonight here at AT&T Park. It's nice and warm. It's great baseball weather as we get ready for Game 2 of this 4-game series, Nationals and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, it is another night. 7:56. Will it happen tonight? Well, we're going to have a full house again here to watch it happen, maybe. And Barry Bonds will be facing a guy that he faced a long time ago, Mike Bacsik.
Well, Mike Bacsik is one of those left-handers that kind of throws below the hitting speed. He's going to see a lot of change-ups, and he's going to work the outer half of the plate. For Bonds, I wouldn't be surprised to see him hit another home run like the one he hit in San Diego, 755. He went the opposite way with that. For the Giants, it'll be Barry Zito on the hill, who is another guy that at times could throw below the hitting speed. And for Zito, it's always a matter of control. Kuip, 3 of the last 4 games have been extra inning ball games. They have not been able to get those big hits. Last night, they finally got it. Randy Wynn broke through and got the hit. So I'm thinking on Italian night, break out the big salamis. You need the big bats, and that's the motto tonight.
Break out the big salamis, and we certainly have. All right, when we come back, oh, what a night. We will have vintage all-star Big Daddy. We'll talk about Big Daddy.
Run 5th inning homer off Dodgers Tom Scandiotti, the old knuckleballer. It was his 369th career home run, and it led the Giants to a 2-game sweep of the Dodgers and put them in a tie for first place in the famous Brian Johnson game. That swing of the bat got the Giants to within 1, and what a great 2-game series that turned out to be in Giants history.
Some great memories. All right, tonight, FP Santangelo is here, and let's check in with FP.
What's up, guys? Tonight's starting pitcher for the Nats, Mike Bacsik, already has a connection to history. His dad, Mike Sr., pitched for the Rangers in 75 to 77, and then for the Twins in 79 and 80. His dad was the opposite of Mike Jr. He was a hard-throwing right-hander that had control problems. That's according to Jr. The connection to history was in 1976, he faced Hank Aaron after he already had 755 home runs. The Hammer went 1 for 2 off of Senior that night, and we'll see what Junior does with the current 755 tonight, guys.
All right. Indeed. We are expecting some fun tonight, and it all starts with lineups and the first pitch coming up. Barry Bonds is ready, and so are we. Another packed house here at AT&T Park. They're ready in the arcade. They always seem to be ready in the arcade. Giants with a win last night. An extra inning win, which they had a tough time doing in San Diego. Giants winning by a final of 3-2. Is Randy Wynn picked up his 4th hit, and it was indeed the game winner.
Now, what a night he had last night, and with an infield drawn in, a guy who is as dialed as Wynn was, it was kind of unfair. He hit a seed to right, game over. But it was a celebration right here that got a little rough. Dave Roberts came in and kind of poked him with the bill of his helmet and popped his jaw. But he survived, and he's hot. And the Giants need his bat to stay hot.
So Barry Zito to be making his 23rd start. And here come the Giants. Bonds taking his normal position in left field. And let's take a look at the Nationals lineup. Lopez did not start last night. He did get into the game. He will lead it off, followed by Belliard Zimmerman, and then Dimitri Young, who hit a home run that looked like it was going to be the difference in the game last night. Kearns, Church, then it's Snyder, Logan, and Bacsik.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be their opening day starter, making his 23rd Giants start. Barry Zito, 8-10 on the year, 5.08 ERA. And Zito is just starting now to feel real good about the consistency of his arm slot, which, when he's right, you'll notice that he's able to locate that changeup down around the knees to both lefties and righties, and the same thing can be said about his curveball. The hump is gone, it's quick, and he locates it down at the knees with consistency. And with his fastball, he'll pound the inside corner to righties and take advantage of that natural cut that he has on the fastball. Let's take a look at the defense that is playing behind Barry Zito tonight. It is a defense brought to you by Rico, and it's going to set up this way. Bonds, Davis, and Wynn. That's your outfield. Feliz Franzen on the left side. Omar Vizquel getting another day off with a bruise to his left knee. Durham Klesko on the right side of the infield, and Benjamin Molina will be in the squad doing the catching. Our U.S. Marines, the leaders of the game, well, Barry Zito would be that guy. 4 starts, 3-0 against the National League East, an ERA of 3.52, and that is what he has done this year.
All right, so we are ready. Is Felipe Lopez stands in, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's high.
Somewhere high.
7:17 first pitch, 62 degrees. And there's a strike, and doing the honors behind home plate is John Hirschbeck.
Hirschbeck likes that low strike, and he is a very good curveball strike caller. So that is a plus for Zito.
Up the middle, and Franzen on the dive, can't get to it as Lopez leads off the game with a base hit. We mentioned Hirschbeck, then it's Wally Bell, Laz Diaz, and Bill Welke. So here's Belliard. Belliard at 298. Belliard had a couple of hits last night, and he takes the fastball high. Belliard went 2 for 5. On deck, Ryan Zimmerman. Belliard 9 for 26 lifetime against Zito. And a belt high strike to even the count. Talked about it felt warm, mainly because the humidity was so high. 62 degrees at first pitch. One ball and one strike. The splash of sunshine up against the hitting area.
You can see right about here. Still a little bit of a distraction in the eye of the hitter, as there is some glare on that batter's eye.
Foul back. 1 and 2.
Boy, he knew mid swing. Yes, you can be disgusted with yourself. Get out of the batter's box, have a little chat, clear your brain, get back in, go get him.
Very high.
Went right back up high with another fastball. Not a bad idea, just a little too high. Not a bad idea to bounce a breaking ball here either. I mean, one thing about Belliard is he will chase. Likes to swing the bat. Problem is he can hit a ball an inch off the ground.
Runner goes. Looks like it's a hit and run, and this is flipped into shallow left field. Bonds is going to have to play it on a hop. And a little doink single for Belliard. And that'll bring up Zimmerman.
But Belliard was standing, or Felipe Lopez, rather, was standing at second base when that ball dropped right in front of Bonds, right off the end of the bat. Little changeup had Belliard fooled. But Lopez had a pretty good read. I mean, if he's standing at second base, Bonds catches it, it's an easy double play at first.
Right.
My point is, why did he just keep running? He got to second and stopped.
Here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman has never faced Zito before. And he looks at a strike.
Brian Zimmerman is our Chevron top tier this season. He's got the highest batting average against left-handers. 402, third highest actually. Cabrera leads the pack with 413.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. Zimmerman last night, 0 for 3. He did draw a walk, and he also struck out in a big spot in the ball game. Lincecum struck out Zimmerman looking. 0-2. Out of play down the right field line. Let's check in with FP.
Zimmerman was NL Player of the Week last week. He hit .519, 14 for 27, 24 total bases, 11 RBI, which ranked second in the National League. He also scored 7 runs and had 4 doubles in the week. On Saturday night at RFK, he hit 2 bombs, and he went 3 for 5 in the series finale, the 3-game sweep against the Cardinals. So he's on fire right now, guys.
Yeah, he and Dimitri Young may be the hottest 1-2 punch in the league.
In tight, 1-2.
Good pitch. I'd like to see him go right back in there again. I mean, you're pitching this early in the ball game. You really don't concern yourself with strikeout situations. If you have multiple runners on, the force is in order. You try and pitch for that ground ball.
Down low, so Zito tried to get Zimmerman to fish, and it wasn't happening. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good release point on that curveball, though. There was no hump in it. That's where he needs to be. Obviously a little low, but you can adjust that height of it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. To Feliz. 1 out.
Well, that's how you slow down a hot hitter. You put your gloves out in front of his line drives, and Pedro Feliz caught it and immediately looking for another opportunity. Good job of base runner from Lopez and Belliard as they gave him none. And here's the other half of the tandem that is so hot.
Hit the solo home run last night. Here he takes just outside 1-0.
Our professional grade brought to you by GMC Trucks. Well, runners in score position last night. The Nationals were 0 for 6. The Giants were 2 for 11, and that was the difference in the game.
1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
Barry Bonds just wants to get up with no runs on the board.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I just found out something about Young, and at some point he's going to go back down there and try and get him to go down there again and swing at something in the dirt. Trick is trying to get the second strike. Could go on his hands with a cut fastball. Backdoor breaking ball. That's another pitch that gets ground balls for him. But if he could get that 2-2, you'd see him probably go down there in the dirt to try and strike him out.
Two balls and 1 strike. Two and two.
Guy who's got a curveball as big as Zito's, and he normally is going to get a lot of guys that will chase that thing. You'll see him, hitters swing a lot of balls in the dirt. Big curveballs, especially the size of Zito's, are very deceptive. When you know you have a guy that chases, you just keep throwing it right down there. 2 chases, 2 strikes. Go down again 2 more times, because he will flail.
Got him.
Just blew an 85-mile-an-hour fastball right by him, and that's the beauty of the big curveball, the changeup of Zito. It will set the fastball up. And a guy with a bat as quick as Dimitri Young can be late on what you would term a batting practice type fastball, one that doesn't have a lot of velocity, but that's what pitching is. And that's what Zito does.
Here's Austin Kearns. Kearns hitting .248 with 8 home runs, 44 driven in. And Lopez goes, and he'll steal the bag. Not running was Belliard. It'll be a stolen base for Felipe Lopez, his 16th of the year.
Now, it's easy to fall into that trap when you're out there on the mound and you've had a couple quick singles. Now you got to face the heart of the lineup first inning. I mean, you're busting your tail out there, and your concentration's to the hitter. You get that strikeout for a guy who's been as hot as Dimitri Young, you have a tendency to kind of forget about that guy at second, concentrate on the next hitter. So, a heads-up play from Felipe Lopez.
1 ball and no strikes to Austin Kearns.
You know, that's what good base runners do. They anticipate situations like that.
On the ground, Franson. Franson will have to go the long way. Got him. Way to give you a heads up. You're going to see a double box as we go to a commercial break. The big box will have the normal commercial. The smaller box, you'll be able to watch Barry Bonds as he gets ready for his at-bat, as he is due up to hit 4th in the bottom of this inning. Barry Bonds due up 4th as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And here's our Giants lineup. Just like last night, it'll be Davis to lead off, although Klesko did not hit second. He is tonight, followed by Randy Wynn. A big night last night. Bonds, Molina, Durham, Feliz, Franson 8, Zito 9. So here's Rajay Davis, who looks at a strike. 1 for 4 last night with a walk. And Davis, did he hold up? He did, and that evens the count. That's Wally Bell over at first.
Basic's going to throw a fastball, curveball, changeup at you. A lot of changeups.
Big chopper to Zimmerman in the dirt, and Young digs it out.
The numbers on Mike Basic, who is 6'3", 190-pounder, 29 years old, in his second year at the big league level. He's 5-6 in 14 starts, 4.18 ERA. Not really a strikeout guy, but he's a guy who's going to try and take the sting out of your at-bat, and he really has done a pretty nice job. Again, lots and lots of changeups. Kind of reminds you a lot of Kirk Reeder. He will try and finesse. He can get a ground ball. But I think his changeup is his best pitch. He's got a little herky-jerk to his motion where he kind of jumps out at you, and it really sets up that changeup nicely.
Klesko had a big double in the 11th inning last night. Swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Had the double off of Ray King, who ended up being the loser. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Klesko, and it's down low. On deck, Randy Wynn. And then, should Klesko or Wynn get on, it'll be Barry Bonds. Klesko out of play, 2-2.
Let's take a look at the Nationals defense. It is brought to you by Rico, Church, Logan, Kearns. That's your outfield. Zimmerman, Lopez on the left side, Belliard, Young on the right side. And Ryan Schneider does the catching for the Nationals.
Three and two. And he got him. So Bassick with the call third.
That's the other thing, too, about Bassick. I mean, he's going to throw everything he has and never really give into that fastball counts. He can't. I mean, he doesn't have the type of stuff to be able to challenge you in predictable counts. So he's got to steer away from the fastball, use it to set up his other pitches.
Randy Wynn, 4 for 5 last night. And he looks at a strike. Got that average up to 295. Right now trying to get on for Barry Bonds. And the bunt. Bassick will take his time and throw Wynn out, and that will do it. So a 1-2 inning. Bonds will lead off the bottom of the second. It's 0-0.
would like to congratulate Barry Bonds for setting the all-time Major League Baseball home run record. We look forward to many more in the future. Stay tuned.
Well, Friday night, August 10th is African American Heritage Night here at AT&T Park, and the first pitch is at 7:15. $20 ticket package will include a seat in the African American Heritage Night section, one-of-a-kind Giants and San Francisco Sea Lions Negro League shirt. It is awesome. You're going to want to be here. You're going to want to get that shirt. So purchase tickets. All you got to do is call 415-972-2298, or you go to sfgiants.com/special events.
So what do they say in your house? I want to get that.
I want to get that. I want to get that.
First pitch to Ryan Church is a strike. Zito working quickly now. It's 0-2.
That's a good curveball. You know, I make comment on the curveball because it's another indication of just what type of feel he has with his release point tonight. If he has a hump in it, which at times this year he's had, and then that is not a good curveball. It's one that guys see and guys hit.
He got him.
Just doesn't get any better than that, folks. That is a big hook. And Ryan Church, I mean, that almost starts off at his head. Drops right down around the knees.
You can't. Your head says I had swing at that.
That was nasty.
Here's Snyder. Just outside to Snyder, hitting .235. 1 for 4 in the game last night. And he looks at a strike.
Perfect pitch. Cut the outside corner at the knees.
So it seems like if Zito can survive that first inning, he'll get into a good rhythm. Survive he did after a couple of hits. Foul back, it's 1-2.
I think Schneider's up there looking for it. The big curve.
I think he was that time. I agree with you.
He definitely had his feet beneath the swing. No lean whatsoever in that hat.
Just outside to put the count at 2-2.
See the movement on the fastball. It's just got a little bit of slide, a little cut that runs flat away from a lefty.
Three and 2. And the walk. First walk that Zito has issued.
Well, he won't be happy about that. He was ahead in the count. Had a 1-2 on him. You lose a guy to a walk like that, you're mad at yourself.
Here's a guy that's got some ownage on Zito. Nick Logan's 4 for 6 with a couple of doubles. And that's a foul, so Logan tried to get the bat back, and it's no balls and one strike. Just underway here at AT&T Park. Certainly glad you joined us. A yawn. Saw a good Rhino yawn last night.
That is a Cal Poly girl if I ever saw one right there.
To right field, Randy Wynn got a beat on it, and he'll make the catch and a quick throw to first and back to Snyder. This is one of our guys last night that put on a good exhibition of a yawn. And I think it may have been in that area where maybe his grandson put the Rhino yawn on everyone.
It was the Rhino yawn.
A lot of comments today walking around the ballpark about the Rhino yawn. Here's Bassick. Bassick, 3 for 20. Very high, 2 balls and no strikes. Bonds to lead things off in the bottom of this inning. And a strike, 2-1. Two and two. So Zito, after falling behind, comes back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A lot of lefties he's seeing in this lineup tonight.
And Bassick started to go, but held up. It's now 3 and 2.
Manny Acta, the skipper for the Nationals, has done that for a reason. On the year, lefties have been hitting Zito better than righties have. Righties hit 247, lefties hit 303.
Runner goes. Swinging a fly ball into left center field. Davis will put it away. As we go to commercial once again, big box, you'll see the normal commercial. The small double box, you'll see Barry Bonds as he gets ready to lead off this inning.
At Dell, we believe the 25 million small businesses in America deserve something more. So we're introducing Dell Vostro, customized systems, services, and expertise designed just for small business. PCs with no trialware, just the software you want. And they can be powered by Intel Core 2 Duo processors to keep you up and running fast. Plus the reassurance of Dell's new 30-day worry-free guarantee. New Dell Vostro, proof that we believe in small business.
Can I take your order? Okay, your total's going to be $668 at the window.
Someday, being on top of your money. Today, open a Wells Fargo checking account and get unique tools that make managing your money easy. Seize yours someday at Wells Fargo.
Take me out to Esurance. Take me to Savings Online. Auto insurance that's hassle-free. When you buy it, instantly let me quote. Buy with that Esurance. If you don't pay it for shame. For it's $100, $200, $300 you could save with the Esurance name.
Giants fans save $100 more with a rebate at Esurance Grand Slam.
And that completes my report on what our competitor is doing with its Angus burger.
All right, settle down, settle down. I've got film of our new sirloin burger here. As you can see, it's our 100% sirloin patty. We're the only ones in fast food doing that. People can choose what kind of cheese and onions they want, but it's the sirloin that makes this burger amazing. Question?
Are you saying that people will find our sirloin more attractive than their Angus is?
Here's our Barry Bonds home run tracker, brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. 755 for Barry Bonds.
Well, there's a buzz in this ballpark, and there has been since about 5 o'clock. And this is what they're waiting for.
So here's Bonds. And the pitch. And Bonds, taking all the way, takes a strike. Facing Mike Bassick. And the 0-1 delivery. Bonds hits one high to right. It's in foul territory. Belliard has none chance.
Now remember, the wind, as it blows, it affects balls that are on the right side of this field. They'll come, and at the last 50 feet as it's falling down, it'll start to slide out towards the middle of the field. And you're talking about as much as 10 to 20 foot of drift. Knowing the fact you got a mound down there in right field, not an easy play.
Here's the 0-2, and it's outside and low. One ball and 2 strikes. And it's low again, 2-2. Benji Molina to follow. Right now the focus on Barry Bonds. Here's the 2-2 offering. Outside, 3-2. So you would suspect that Bonds would get something to hit here. Bonds hammers it. Triples alley, and it's going to sail into the alley. Bonds is going to round first and head to second with a two-bagger.
He's dialed. I mean, you could tell the way he was taking that he was seeing the ball well, and he had good gather as the ball was getting to him. First pitch, a challenge fastball. One to measure, one to rake. Then he goes to the breaking ball and fouls it quick 0-2, and now comes the nibble. Little fastball, it cuts away, 1-2. Little breaking ball, slides outside, not close. Another fastball, then on the 3-2, Bassick comes in, middle in, and Bonds drops the hammer. And this thing looked like a one-iron going out to Triples Alley.
For guys over 40, doubles alley. Here's Molina, and it's in tight for a ball, 1-0. Barry Bonds' family, the girls checking it out. He's at second, and the 1-0 to Molina, and Molina up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Bonds. Logan gets to it. Bonds can jog in, 1-0 Giants.
Just a little changeup on the outside corner, right underneath the glove of Bassick, and you know that's got to frustrate the left-hander, thinking he's got a chance to make a play, and all of a sudden it's a base hit and an earned run, and a big league hang with him.
Here's Ray Durham, who looks at a strike. Durham hitting .231. Took an 0 for 3 last night, a couple of strikeouts, but he was on base twice by way of the walk, and that's in tight, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He is stone cold. He has been sliding down the average tree for the last month.
2 balls and a strike, Feliz to follow. Swinging a foul off the backstop.
Get into a funk, and all of a sudden you feel like you're swinging at nothing but your pitcher's pitches. You never feel like you get a gift.
Over by the Nationals dugout and out of play.
And when you do, like the last one, you pop it up.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And Durham takes a pitch in the dirt. It's now a full count.
Durham, since the All-Star break, just cannot find his swing.
Birthday party? Easy.
It's Cole Kuiper right there. Where's the birthday girl? Danon Kuiper.
Right there
she is.
Durham hammers it foul. There's Danon. Danon's 18. Yeah, shouldn't we all have a party at that level? Runner goes. Molina is on the move, and Durham fouls it back.
That's like my penmanship.
Only because I've known you a very long time, I knew that you were writing Merry Christmas up there.
Yeah, the illustrator made me look like I tried to do that with my toe.
3-2. Durham takes low.
Good at bat. And yes, you can walk yourself out of a slump. That was a good at bat.
So here's Feliz. Feliz at 249, 16 home runs, 55 driven in, and there's a first pitch strike.
That's a good changeup. I mean, I think what Bassick does really well is he kind of jumps at you. And you kind of react to the way that he kind of flies into you, and then here the arm drag, and here comes that changeup. I tell you what, if you're a pitcher and you got any kind of funkiness to your delivery, it's good, as long as you're not going to expose yourself to an injury.
On the ground and the base hit. There's no way Molina will score, but it will load the bases up. And it'll be Kevin Frandsen coming up.
Now, Randy St. Clair, the pitching coach for the Nationals, is going to come out and try and create a little focus for Bassick. The comment he's going to have is that, you know, you're missing locations in the strike zone. I mean, he gets the ball down, it's out of the strike zone. He's not doing anything to the base of the strike zone, to the corners of the plate. And with his stuff, you know, he really has to be fine with his command. He gets balls up, they're going to get hit. Right now, he's not fooling anybody. Giants have done well with the bases loaded all year long.
In the dirt, Frandsen. Not nibbling on that first pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. A starter last night, Frandsen was at third base. And he went 0 for 3. Swinging a foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Omar Vizquel in the original lineup. Banged his knee towards the end of the ball game. He said he felt okay, but maybe a night off would make things a lot better for tomorrow. But available. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground to third. Zimmerman home for 1. And dropping it was Snyder. So it'll be a fielder's choice, and now Zito is going to be asked to help himself.
Just a high hopper to a drawn in Ryan Zimmerman. An easy play, and Schneider really botches an opportunity to double up Frandsen. He had him easy, and he cannot get a grip.
Zito, 4 for 39, will put the ball in play as he tries to bunt for a hit. Not a bad idea. No balls and 1 strike. His first major league hit came against the Nationals. And just a sweet swinging Tony Gwynn line drive to left.
That's right.
0-1. Zito showed bunt again. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, if he could get a bunt down the first base line, I mean, he could score a run. You've got good speed with Durham at third. Bassick falls off towards the third base line, so he's exposing a little alley out there towards the right side of the infield.
One ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. On the ground. He's going to have an RBI, and Bassick gets to the bag. Zito knocks a run in.
That's great.
I mean, it's like a sacrifice. Now you get runners at second and third.
But what you fear is a ground ball that's hit hard enough to turn a double play. I mean, a strikeout would have been a bad thing there. You just wanted to make sure that Rajai Davis is going to get a chance to hit here, and Zito more than accomplishes that. He knocks in a run to boot.
His first Major League RBI, and we saw it.
Yes,
People said Barry was going to do something special tonight, and he did.
No, the other Barry.
Oh. Yeah. Here it is, road to history. Here's Davis. Davis takes low.
Yep, you get handshakes when you knock runs in. That's fun.
Feliz at third, Franson at second. And a strike. Now it's 1-2.
Now, I'm not really that good at reading body language, but I think that's the type of body language that was telling the umpire that he didn't quite agree with that call.
And when you walk behind him after you cross the plate, you should say, "My bad."
You should.
And Davis out swinging to end the inning. Giants scored twice. We will head to the third. It's 2-0 San Francisco.
And at Kentucky Fried Chicken, now get 4 free crispy drumsticks and thighs with any 10-piece meal or larger. And don't forget to put KFC chicken back on the roster because it now has 0 grams of trans fat for serving. The bucket's back.